City News is brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. The Keep New Zealand Beautiful Graffiti Free Week gets underway today. Bay of Plenty Regional Council has prepared new guidelines for forestry in the Bay of Plenty, and football fans get to see the debut of the new Waibop franchise at the International Stadium. The Keep New Zealand Beautiful Graffiti Free Week kicked off today, with nationwide events being held to remove graffiti from local neighbourhoods. RDC's Keep Rotorua Beautiful coordinator, Rose Hiha Agnew, says she's organising a working bee at the Manuka Crescent Reserve on Thursday to paint a large wall that has been targeted by vandals.
It's focusing on different areas in our communities that need help, and one of the areas that we've identified is Manuka Crescent. So we're here at the tennis courts, and we've identified this wall here that we'll get together and clean it up.
Yeah, just looking at it from here, Rose, it's got a few battle scars.
Yes, you can see it's had past history. So through Graffiti Free Week and Keep New Zealand Beautiful, we are working with different organisations to clean them up and give them a really good paint job.
For more information about Graffiti Free Week, visit knzb.org.nz. Bay of Plenty Regional Council has prepared new guidelines for forestry in the Bay of Plenty to help foresters avoid erosion and sediment problems as they carry out their operations. The new guidelines are designed for forest planners and harvesters, smaller forestry contractors, small woodlot operators and farm foresters. The Regional Council's original guidelines were developed in 2000. The new version covers new technologies and practices to protect soil and waterways. The guidelines are on the Council website and available from Council in hard copy, which has a heavy-duty cover for use out in the field. The Rotorua Arts Village has received a grant from the Geyser Community Foundation's New Arts Fund. Village Manager Tanya Short says the grant of nearly $4,000 will go towards a community tree project.
We were very lucky to have the very first Geyser Arts Fund given to us, and we shared a little bit of it with a couple of other groups, but we got the bulk of it, which was rather amazing, and it provides the opportunity for us to decorate the tree out the front, which sounds quite hilarious. It's kind of like a Christmas tree, but it's actually going to be like a graffiti bomb, so we're going to get some fibre artists to work with groups of people in the community.
In sport tonight, new franchise Waibop United will play their first National League game at Rotorua International Stadium on Sunday. Also on debut is the Waibop football women's team. The two teams will play their Canterbury counterparts. The ASB Premiership is football's top domestic league in New Zealand and runs from November the 10th right through until March 2014. Waibop United coach Peter Smith said he is pleased his team would debut at Rotorua International Stadium, with all the boys looking forward to running out onto the pitch at such a great venue. The women's game kicks off at 11 a.m. and the feature match is at 1 p.m. Entry is $10 for an adult, $5 for students and pensioners, with children under 13 free. Waibop United will play the majority of their home games in Cambridge. To your weather update now. Tonight, a few showers with northerlies and an overnight low of 10. For tomorrow, Tuesday, cloudy with a few drizzle patches, northeast strengthening, a high of 17 and a low of 11. And the outlook for Wednesday, heavy rain easing to a few showers, northeast easing with a high of 17 and a low of 9. And the marine weather for Tuesday, northeast 10 knots rising to 15 knots in the afternoon, with waves less than half a metre, patchy drizzle at first with fair visibility, turning to showers in the afternoon. Coming up after the break, we hear about plans for the end-of-year Glow Festival. We check out Eat Street and talk with Hospitality Association Vice President and Eat Street business owner John Knight. And we catch up with Captain Brian Martin from the Salvation Army.
Kia ora, welcome back. I'm with Kylie Lang now. She's the major events coordinator for Rotorua Events and Venues, and she's going to be talking to me about the Glow Festival, which is coming up very shortly. Hi, Kylie.
Hello.
So are you excited about this Glow Festival?
Yes, it's well, we started last year, so New Year's used to be just sort of one little thing, and now it's a 3-day festival.
That's great. Must bring a lot of people into Rotorua, great for the economy.
Yes, we do target families. It's kind of the family focus, and yeah, we do hope lots of people come to Rotorua over that time.
So are you pushing this Glow Festival as part of a whole experience in Rotorua, or are you trying to just push it as an event in itself?
Tricky question, because last year we really tried to push it as a whole, come to Rotorua, a whole package. And again, we're definitely doing that. But we find the tourist attractions, they're busy. They take care of themselves. The pubs, they're, full to the brim. So we do the package, but we are, all about Glow, the event.
So talk me through what it's going to be like.
Okay, so it starts on the 31st of December, and it's called Party in the Park. So that is a concert, I guess, on a stage, and we have some X Factor performers. So if you've watched that, you'll know who I'm talking about. Some top performers there, and then we have some local talent on stage as well.
Are you allowed to tell us who these X Factor performers are?
I can probably tell you the lead person is Jackie. So
wow, that's great. Jackie Thomas, she's going to be there.
Yeah. That show finishes with fireworks. We do this so that families with younger children, they might want to, take the kids home to bed, that sort of thing, so they, don't miss out. But the night does finish with midnight massive fireworks as well.
Great. And the fireworks are often very expensive. Has it been a big investment, this fireworks?
Yes, we do go to a few trusts and, ask for support and things like that. And it is, just one of those things that's worthwhile paying for.
How many minutes will it be?
Oh, I don't actually know. I just know that this year there's going to be some real fire involved, so that will be an interesting difference.
Exciting. What's the organisation process been like?
It's pretty much same people on board as last year, so it is a lot of repeating what's happened, and Monty Morrison, if you've ever worked with him before, he's great, so he's organising that event I've just been talking about.
So what will be bigger and better about the Glow Festival this time round?
Okay, so a new event we've introduced on the 2nd of January is called Summer Fiesta at the Night Market. So we kind of Thursday night, night market, it coincided this year with a public holiday, so we thought, well, we'll commandeer that event and, make it bigger and better. So it'll have a kind of beach theme. There's going to be long tables with, beach decorations on them so everyone can come and eat together. There'll be, some music that relates to the beach. There'll be sun lounges and sun umbrellas, that sort of thing. And all the stall holders will be in theme as well.
And what's really the draw card for children, do you think, when you're talking about wanting to bring families in?
Yeah. So we're going to have a bubble machine, which should be quite a lot of fun for them to jump and play in. We'll have some sand pits, and we'll have a photo booth, so that might be all fun for kids.
Great. So this little photo booth that we're talking about, can mums and dads bring along all the kids and pop them in for a portrait?
Yeah, I'm not sure the maximum numbers in a booth at a time, but yeah, it would be great for some family shots.
Be like one of those little taxis with all the clowns in them.
Yeah, stuff them in, yeah.
So are you looking forward to it?
Yes, yeah, very much so. It is a lot of hard work on the other side, but it's 3 days of fun, and just seeing people enjoy themselves over a holiday time is really nice.
Now, we've had a change of council now. What are you looking forward to in the future in terms of hosting events? And in particular, I wanted to touch on Steve Chadwick's dream to see this be the Spa of the Pacific. When you are organising events like this, you're really pushing Rotorua's name. How do you think we're going to shape up in the future with her as mayor?
I think really well. I've always, with my events, been about getting people into the CBD, and I think that's something that she's definitely focusing on, bringing that vibrancy, that atmosphere, all that sort of stuff more to the city, and been doing that with the event so far, so I hope that continues.
So can you tell me what's happening on the 1st?
Okay, so last year we did the first big brunch, and we're going to repeat that again. So this is a nice big stage with some local performers, so we get bands that are going to sing, those sing-along songs that, you can get up stuff and dance to if you want to. We provide tables and chairs and umbrellas, and it's all about bring the family down, have a picnic. I also get the MC to go out into the crowd and ask what's your New Year's resolution, and we get lots of people, you know, with their commitment. It'll be on screen this year and recorded, and you know, telling us what they're going to do with their year.
So they have to keep up with it because it's on record.
Yeah, nothing like pressure.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been a lovely talking with you. Anybody that would like to know anything more about it, where can they find out more details?
Okay, we have a website and it's rotoruaglowfestival.co.nz.
Sounds exciting. It's going to be a great time. Thank you very much for your time, Kylie Lang.
Welcome.
Well, we'd love to see you again after the break. Kia ora, welcome back to City News. Well, it's a sunny day where we are at the moment. Eat Street, a very popular place and going to become much more popular at the conclusion of the building that's going on there at the moment. I'm joined now by the owner-operator of 1115, John Knight. Kia ora, John.
Kia ora, how are you?
Good, thank you. It's a beautiful day and there's lots going on in the
Yes.
background. Can you tell me what it's been like?
Okay, so years ago when I first came here, it was just a street where people would be eating out on the side of the footpath there, cars would be parking and there'd be all kinds of things. The council then come in with this idea of closing it down, making it a precinct that was just eating, and also a couple of other businesses that are here. And over the years they went on to just putting umbrellas and furniture out in the middle of the street, bounded by just flower boxes, and they were really, really good, just served their purpose. And then they come up with this magic plan here. As you can see behind there, the crane is just starting to put up the main feature, and it's going to be a really, really cool place to come down and eat and just be part of life, as it were.
Can you talk us through what the features are going to be? We mentioned a stage and a roof.
Yes.
What other things can we expect to see down here?
Okay, down the centre, where you can see the crane is right now, that will be a permanent roof, permanently covered, and then from the edge of that roof on the concrete part, which you can probably just see behind me there where the stuff's blowing around, which is geothermally heated by the way, there will be retractable roofs from there back to each restaurant.
So talk me through the geothermal heating. The floor is heated.
Yes, the geothermal floor, it's a floor,
The concrete.
the concrete part is heated. There's a geothermal bore just over by my courtyard over there, and they are taking it's a heat exchanger they've put down there. So it'll be coming up, cold water going down, hot water coming up, being distributed through the floor there with a manifold system. So there's probes in the concrete which maintain the temperature.
Great. Is this revolutionary technology? Is there anywhere else in the world that you know about that has geothermally heated concrete?
Not in the restaurant situation, I don't know.
That's
there
pretty
possibly
special.
is, but it's very special.
We should Google it.
It's definitely something that would be unique for Rotorua, definitely to North Island. As far as I'm aware, definitely New Zealand. I don't think there's anywhere else that's got this type of thing that's been put in.
Will you let people take their shoes off, honestly, to have a try?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to come here, especially for the concrete, and you've got to keep your shoes on.
There'll be a warning on all the tables, you know. If it's too hot, you dance, and then somebody has to pay you.
So tell me what you're expecting in the future. Are you excited about what's coming up?
I'm very excited, along with most of the other business owners in this area. It's quite unknown to us, but we anticipate that there will be more chance of having groups. We'll be having concerts. The Blues Festival is happening here in Queen's Birthday weekend of 2014.
It's extending, isn't it?
Yes, in the past it's only been like for a few hours, so now we can extend it into 2 full days. We don't have to worry about the weather because it'll be weatherproofed.
Speaking of the city, you've been here 14 years. During your time here, is this one of the biggest changes you've seen, or?
Definitely, it's definitely when they first closed the road and they put the planter boxes around, that looked cool. For the first 6 months it looked really, really cool. And then it started to get a little bit jaded and a little bit like, looked like somebody had been to a wedding and wedding guests had all gone and waiting for somebody to clean the place up. And so with this here, it is. I think that this would be right up there with when they first put the sails in the middle of the city, and how different that was. And when they first put the cobbles down on the footpaths, I mean, that was a huge change. It was something that a lot of other cities have now followed. So Rotorua led with that, and I believe we're leading with this as well.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully it will be as successful as we anticipate. Any word on when it will be open?
Okay, the contractors have committed to us, all of us business owners, that it will be handed over to us on the 20th of December.
So just in time for Christmas?
Just in time for Christmas.
And will you be open?
Oh yes, we'll be open. Yeah.
Great. And New Year's is going to be big celebrations too?
New Year's, it traditionally is a good time down here, but it'll only be better this year, I believe.
Wonderful.
Because everybody will be outside. We will not have to worry about the weather. I know I keep harping on about the weather, but it is one of the things that, as a restaurant owner, you're always looking at the weather.
It changes the field, doesn't it?
It just changes the whole thing.
Great. Yeah. So anybody that wants to come down, book a table, have a look at Eat Street, where's the best place they can get information?
At the moment, we are working on a website that will be open hopefully before Christmas.
Great.
But just at the moment, just coming down to the thing, we are all open for business.
Yes.
We're all open lunches and dinners, and most of us 7 days a week, so it's all available.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time, and we'll let you get back to it. Sleeves up. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Cool.
Well, Christmas is almost upon us, and the Salvation Army here in Rotorua needs your help because their Christmas appeal is almost upon us. And with me today is Captain Brian Martin from the Sallies. Thanks for joining us today, Brian. Always awesome to catch up with you. Yeah. Now, obviously, like I said, the Christmas appeal is almost upon us, but you need the help from our residents, don't you?
We surely need help from your residents, as we have had in the past years. They've been wonderful recipients of our goods, and they've also given so greatly to us.
Now, you guys do an awesome job in our community all year, but at Christmas time, there's always a bit more pressure.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of pressure for families with the added expense of Christmas, and this year we've got the closing of the wood mill here in Rotorua, and that's going to make extra pressure on the whole area of Rotorua. And so, yeah, we're expecting this year it may be even busier than last year.
Now, in previous years, you've had corporate sponsorship and help from businesses around town. Have you got any this year that have come back on board?
We've got Classic Hits radio station that have come on board with us, and they're a great support. We usually do a street appeal. We go out around the streets and pick up cans from people around the streets. We've also got Countdown, which have been on for a number of years with us, and there's the other small businesses that come on and help us every year.
Is there anything specific that you need for the Christmas period, or is there just cans? Is that the basic need?
I mean, we're looking for all non-perishables, breakfast cereals, something that's special for Christmas, sweets, that kind of thing, something we can put in that's actually extra, not just the general food parcel type things, but something that we can actually put in that actually has some specialty towards Christmas. And so, we're looking at things like sweets for kids and even gifts, little small gifts for kids, and just generally fruit, lots of fruit or meringues or just those extra kind of things.
In your experience, Brian, over the last, how many years, say 10 years, have you seen the demand? Has it increased, especially around this Christmas time? I
mean, the demand has really, really increased. And even this year, we noticed that by October of this year, we had actually, over the year, the amount of food parcels we had done for the year was greater than the whole year we did the previous year.
Wow. That's pretty frightening statistics, isn't it, really?
It's a terribly frightening statistics, especially when, people are hard up, and we haven't had the same donations through the year either, so it's been quite a cost on the Salvation Army to keep the food bank running this year.
Well, it's good that you brought up costs, because it's not only food that you want people to drop off or bring in or donate, but actually cash to help things out as well.
Yeah, that's true, because there's some things that we have to buy for food parcels, like we buy vegetables, especially for Christmas time, we buy chickens and we buy other things that go in those food parcels. So yeah, the cash is actually very welcomed as well. Cream, drinks for kids, extras as well.
Now, you also do easy meals where people can actually order through the Salvation Army and they get delivered. Is that mainly for the older folk, or is that for anyone?
That's really for anybody. There's a cost to that service, but our easy meal service is quite busy at the moment because more shut-in people and people living in their homes longer, so people are wanting other ways of food, not preparing it themselves.
So over this Christmas time period, Brian, like you said, you need the donations and the food coming in. How about if people wanted to drop off whole chickens or even something like a turkey?
No, look, we'll if people have got it and they want to donate it to us, they can drop it in here into Help Upper Street, into the Community Food Bank, Salvation Army, and we'll be gratefully accepting of those donations.
Now, Brian, you mentioned if people want to drop off money or goods or food, anything like that, they need to come into the community house. But what if someone's wanting to get help from the Salvation Army? Is there a process that people need to go through?
There is surely a process. We unfortunately can't help everybody. We just don't have that availability of service or the food, because it's not only food, it's other services we do as well, budgeting and all those other kind of aspects, so advocacy and all that. So people do need to go through a process. They need to come and see us first of all, then we'll actually guide them through that process of what's needed. It's because for some clients there's a process, but for others there's a different. It depends on where they're coming from, what the need is. Some people, are under working income. Some people we've found this year, a lot of people are coming because they've in employment and they're, some things have gone wrong. Even like the teacher's salary situation, that we had people coming in under that when that happened.
Wow.
So, there's a process. But come and see us first. Talk to us. Talk to the manager here, and see what they can do.
So once they come and seen you and had that face-to-face meeting, how long does it take before you say, hey, yes, we'll help you guys out?
Well, it can be the same day. If the process flows easily, it can be the same day. Some people know the process already, so they're prepared for the process when they come in. But for others, it's a longer term thing, because we're not really into giving out. We're into giving a hand up. Trying to improve the situation of people's living situation.
Now, earlier in the story, you talked about the different local businesses that help the Sallies out, especially around the Christmas time. Is it hard to get those people on board, or do you think it's not because they live in our community and they see it every day?
I think it's much easier because they live in our community and they see the need, and they just need to read the newspaper, listen to the news and that kind of thing, and just generally walk around the city. And so, you walk around Rotorua and you see that there's been redundancies, people have been laid off work and that. So I don't think there's such a great, like other areas where you're competing for huge multitudes of, of people, where we're only... Rotorua is a smaller city, and so I think people are more willing to support their own people, and that's what they've done in the past years. They've supported so well.
Now, have you heard about the Love Soup here in Rotorua?
I have heard about the Love Soup in Rotorua, yes.
Yeah, so do you think that could be an avenue where you guys team up with them as well?
We've had some dialect, I think, from the organisation. I'm not sure, but they did ring about. But yes, it's because there are other organisations that have been doing that as well, something similar, and even ourselves have thought about the same kind of situation, whereas we're people in the street, addressing the problem at the root of the need.
Yeah, so it's got to be a good thing, eh, Brian?
Yes.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Salvation Army Captain Brian Martin talking with Alan Solomon. If you have any news or an event that TV Rotorua can support, you can call the station on 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching tonight. From all the team here at City News, Pomaria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News was brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.